really had no intention on making a video on should you choose the Ioniq 5 versus a Tesla Model Y, but I've gotten a lot of questions about it in the direct messages on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, so I'm going to address them. Now, before we do that, there are some things I need to address before the comments go totally off the rails. One, as far as the battery technology in this car goes, I'm not the guy for that. Trust me, pal. I'm not that guy. I don't know what's going on underneath the car, and Tesla's batteries are more advanced. They've been doing it for longer, they have better range, and they charge faster. Now, with that said, a lot of people really don't care. A lot of people are like, hey, I like the way this car looks, I like the way the interior is, and that's good enough for me. That's the majority of consumers, and that's fine. So with that said, I want to show you some reasons that I think that I would choose the Ioniq 5 over the Model Y. Keep in mind, I do own a Model Y, but the more I drive this car, the more I like it. Now, this is a press car. I have it for a week, and generally when I get press cars, I really like them up front. It's very exciting, and then my excitement starts to fade over time. With this car, with the Ioniq, it just keeps getting better. I just keep finding little features and bits about the car that I find to be really well made, or it addresses something better than my Model Y does. And I like to be honest. Yes, I'm in the Tesla cult, baby. Elon we trust. I like to be realistic in the fact that, hey, there's a lot of other options coming onto the market now, and some people don't want to wait for Teslas. Currently, there's 50 Ioniq 5s available for sale in dealerships that you can go up and buy right now. So I want to address some of the things that why you'd buy an Ioniq 5 over a Tesla. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If there's anything I don't address in the video, leave it in the comments. I'll make sure to get back to you, and I hope you enjoy it. Also, to start off, yes, this car does have adaptive cruise control. It's not like the autopilot system where it's going to take an exit for you, but it is driving itself and keeping within the lanes, and it's adaptive. So it's nice that it has that feature, but not as advanced as autopilot. Again, I don't think it's really the company's focus to develop something like that. Oh no. Oh no. The cult cannot see me driving this. Please, please forgive me. That's where I took delivery of my Model Y. Tell you what, things are just different in Scottsdale. Like, all of a sudden Lamborghinis are everywhere. Look at this guy here. When was the last time you think he felt stress? Porsche I mean, what the? Where am I? Hey, I gotta give a shout out to Chapman Hyundai. I think that's what this is. I had Chipotle before I started this video, and things went south. So I figured, let's go to a Hyundai dealership. I'm driving a Hyundai, they'll let me in. So they said, yes, we have a bathroom. It was perfect, it smelled great, and it was in great condition. Thank you to Hyundai for letting me use your bathroom, because we had a little issue, we had a little blowout issue. But now let's get back to why you're here for the video. Correction, this is Earnhardt Hyundai. Great bathrooms. All right, so now let's get into some features as to why I think you would like the Ioniq 5 better than the Model Y. So let's start with the interior. So we could look at the exterior all day long, and I could say, oh, I think it looks really good, or I think it looks better or not better, whatever. Looks are subjective, so you can make that decision for yourself. I'm not gonna tell you what you should or shouldn't like. On to the interior. First thing, very cool feature. I know this is kind of a random feature. It does have Apple CarPlay, but it's wired. So the second I pop that wire out, we're all done with that. But it does have, this is a magnet right here. Like, how cool is that? I just think that's a really cool feature of the car. Some other things I'd like to note are within the air conditioning system. And I know this is kind of specific. Let's close the door. I know this is kind of specific, but I want to be specific because these are things you won't notice until you've owned a Tesla. So, if you hit auto in a Tesla, there is one setting. So it just, if you set it to 70 degrees and you hit auto, the fans start blowing like crazy until it gets to 70 degrees. The problem with that is when you live in hot climates like Florida, Arizona, Texas, Southern California, wherever, those fans are constantly blowing like crazy. It's very loud and distracting. So on regular cars, generally when you hit auto, there's settings. So as you can see here, there's that orange dot is lit. When I tap it again, it goes on 3. So that's full blast auto to get it down to 70 as quickly as possible. I have it set to 70. Now, if I don't want it to be, if it's no rush for me to get to 70, let's cool it down, let the car take care of it. We'll go with setting 2 or setting 1, where it's subdued, it's in the background. It's something that is happening in the background and you don't have to worry about it. In the Tesla, when you hit auto, it just goes crazy, and that's something that's been annoying to me over time. Some other features, the new Teslas, in terms of regenerative braking, do not have a feature where you can reduce it. It's set to one setting and that's it. You're in the cult, you follow their lead. This car gives you options. So you can see when I hit this pedal, let me see if it works here. The up pedal, you see it says I pedal there. And then if I hit down, you can see the minus there. We'll hit down. And that just reduces, see it's level 2, level 1, level 0. You can go through these different settings to adjust the level of regenerative braking. I think that's a nice feature. Another feature, cooled and heated seats. Now the Tesla does have heated seats, heated steering wheel. Actually, my Model Y does not have a heated steering wheel. It's a 2020. For some reason, they weren't in the earlier models. Kind of frustrating. But the new ones have it. So this has a heated steering wheel. It also has heated seats, but it also has cooled seats. So it has ventilated seats with 3 different settings. And I found this feature to be useful. If it's a little warm outside, you put the windows down, you have your ventilated seat on. Again, this car costs $55,000. It's nice to have these luxury features that come in cars of this range. So I think that's just a nice feature. I wish Tesla had that. So I had to do something on my phone and I forgot the cooled seat was on, and I leaned back expecting back sweat, and it's nice and cool. So they actually do work well. I've been in cars where they don't work as well or aren't as effective. This one works pretty well, but it also works to a point. If it's really hot outside, it will help, but it's, you know, it's not magic. Also, I've mentioned this before, this has a drive mode button. So again, Tesla, you have the screen, and I like the screen. I'm cool with it, but a lot of people don't like it. And this is a car, to me, that's worthy of looking at purchasing. I didn't like the ID4 as much, probably because it reminded me of just like a RAV4. It's very normal looking, which again, is fine. I'm trying to avoid dumping on any of these cars. They're all fine. Like, these are all cars, they're just buying a car, it doesn't matter. No. Why is someone always getting arrested in the background of my videos? So this to me has a retro look to the outside. The lights are cool, the interior is spacious, and when you get in this car, the smell of it and the touch points everywhere. There is a lot of plastic in here, but it's very well hidden. You would never notice if you're briefly looking at the car. Even if you're spending a lot of time in the car, you're never gonna notice. These seats, they feel very durable, they're very soft, and the rear is very soft. The rear of my Tesla Model Y is very firm for some reason, and these have some cool features. This center console here slides back and forth. Like, I'm not saying you need that, but I'm saying it's cool. In the rear of the car, the other thing to note, and the new Teslas are slightly better with this, but when you close a door, it's a solid thump when you close the door. So just like that, it's very, you know, you're spending this type of money on the car, you're gonna want the doors to close solidly. And for me, the Tesla is like this cheap thud, this thwap, whap, 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 the way it closes. So I just didn't like that as much. So opening, while it is a minor problem, yes, the door works. It's something you're going to use every single day and be reminded of. So that's something to think about down the line. Over time, it begins to build up and wear on you. Into the back seat here, if you have kids or passengers, like, you can just recline after a stressful day at school, or if you're picking up a friend from jail and they've been sitting in a jail cell for all these years, it'd be nice to pick up your friend and they can just relax in freedom and peace in the rear of your Ioniq 5. So these seats recline all the way back. I mean, it's awesome. And in the back, there's this trunk cover right here. They've put 2 notches here, so notch here, notch here. So when you move the seat up, put this level here, when you move it up, I don't know who would sit like this, maybe back problems. So when you want to sit normal, you can then adjust that back and be able to continually use it. Very smart engineering in this car. And then again, I've already talked about in my full review of it, these little vents right here, which are very nice. Just some little touches for the passengers that are great. The Tesla seats do lean back a little bit, just not as much as this. The other thing to note, these seats also do move. Holy cow. Holy cow. These move all the way up. Oh my God, the trunk space this is gonna have. This is the first time I've done this. See, your guys' comments help me. You ask me all these questions, and then I do things I would never have thought to do. Jeez. So that's what that looks like when you can slide the rear of the car up. Also, if you guys are interested in golf, I've launched a golf channel, Gjeebs Golf. It's linked in the description below. Go subscribe. We're gonna do some cool things for the early subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed to that. If you're into golf. If you're not into golf, don't subscribe. But so there's another cool feature of how that slides up, and then these also fold. So I'll fold this down for you. So when you pull that trigger, and it lays flat too. A little bit of an up angle here, slightly up, but again, the room that you can create in the rear of this car is very appealing to a lot of people. The Model Y shopper and the Ioniq shopper are similar people. So there's how that works. Very simple to lift this back up. It's a little easier to lift up than the Model Y as well. The Model Y seat backs are extremely heavy. So there's that. Now we've already touched on the drive mode buttons. Here's what the different drive modes look like. That's what the Eco looks like, and normal, and then sport. And you'll have to check out my video where I show the difference between the acceleration of this and the Model Y. Results will surprise you. There's just a lot of cool normal accessories in this car. This is still a touch screen, but then you still have your buttons here that you can refer to very quickly. And I think for some people that's very appealing. The Tesla, the single screen, can be intimidating at first. You will get used to it, no doubt. But if you don't want to get used to it, but you want to drive an electric vehicle, I think this is second right now. I think it's second to the Model Y. I think it's slightly better than the Mustang Mach-E, and I think the Mach-E is better than the ID4. That's where they fall for me personally. I'm just trying to present these features to you, and then you can make that decision for yourself. Don't let someone tell you you have to get this or you have to get that. The main thing, what it comes down to, and why I own a Model Y, is because I can do road trips in it, and the charging network is amazing. You can go out, type your destination in, it shows you how many chargers you need to hit and how long you'll be at each of those chargers, and these cars just aren't quite there yet. But if you're not doing road trips, or if you have a gas-powered car for your other vehicle, use that for road trips. This gives plenty to be your around-town car, and you're gonna love it. It's so comfortable, it's very spacious. How about this feature here? Look up and see the heavens. It's a beautiful car. It has a lot of technology in it. They've done a very nice job designing it. I actually slightly interested in the Elantra N. I don't know, Hyundai's doing great things. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I wasn't able to play with the app because it's a press car, so I have to download it, and it's like not under my account or anything, so I wasn't able to play with the app. I would assume the Tesla app is significantly better. Any traditional OEM that has an app that goes with the car is generally not that great. The Tesla app is very good, but there's also times when it doesn't work great. This car comes with a key, so like Tesla has the credit card, which is pretty slick, and here's a look at the keys. So it has the lock, unlock, and you hold down a button to undo the charge port, you hold down a button to open up the trunk, and then the top trim models you see on the bottom here, it has the P, reverse, and back. So that's for literally controlling the car to go into a parking space. I've never tried that. Let's do it right now. Let's see, let's try this out. Tesla has Smart Summon. This I don't think is that intelligent. This is Dumb Summon. Let's see if it works. So I'm holding the button in. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working, but it does have that feature. I haven't looked into how to engage it, but the car goes back and forth. You guys get it. I don't need to show that to you. You're smart people, and that's why you watch this channel. Another thing to note here with the charger, you can change these settings here by holding this button down, and it blinks, and you tap it, and that changes the charge rate. So the max is 12, and then you hold it down again, and that locks it in, just so you know. I hope that's helpful. Let me know what questions you have in the comments below. I try to make this video short, to the point, so you can just get your information and move on with your life, you know? You don't need to be spending all this time on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. And if you're still with me, you might want to watch this video right here, which is my full review of the Ioniq 5. Check it out. It'll be a good video. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you next time. You could please click the video. I need it. I'm begging.